Welcome to Plastic Profiles Community Spotlight, the podcast where we dive deep into the vibrant world of the action figure collecting community. Each episode, we sit down with passionate collectors, creators, and, who knows, maybe industry insiders to explore their journeys, hear their stories, and discuss their passion projects. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, join us as we celebrate the artistry and enthusiasm that fuels this exciting community. Get ready for insightful conversations and a closer look at the people that capture our imaginations. Let's get started. Hey, welcome to Plastic Profiles Community Spotlight. Today we have Jonathan, Wreckship85 with us. You know him in the chats. He's a private on your file cards, but he's a colonel in our heart.
Yes, I love that. I love that episode of the Simba cartoon.
Yeah. So, Wreckship85, Jonathin, let's get into you.
All right.
Let's find out your story.
Sure, you're ready for that.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me get warmed up. Okay.
Might be only 3 episodes. This is maybe the last one.
Yeah. Roll credits. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only button I had available. So I presume you're a child of the 80s. Is that fair to say?
No, actually, I was born in '93.
Whoa, 93. I never would have guessed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 93. So you might have discovered Joe's late 90s then? Is that early 2000s? Something like that?
Yeah, early 2000s. I grew up G.I. Joe, the tail end of G.I. Joe versus Cobra through Valor versus Venom. And I dropped off of Joe for a bit and was into Marvel Legends, and I picked it back up with Pursuit of Cobra and dropped it off again and dabbled a bit in 50th and dropped off again, and then here we are again with Classified. And I've looking at my shelf right now as we speak, and just like I'm in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's you're moving the boxes out of the way. I've got too much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I just told my wife, all right, listen, going to get a second bookshelf here. Just being honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, but let's pause there. Let's go back a little bit. So So I worked at Toys R Us during that time frame, so I'm very familiar with the toys that are on the shelf. So what else were you into? What besides Joe as a youngster?
Well, when I was really young, my first toys was dinosaurs and Batman animated series toys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're Batman. So then, what's your earliest recollection of G.I. Joe then?
Earliest one, I was with my dad. He was a 20-year Navy vet there stationed in Virginia there, the base in Norfolk there.
Yeah.
And we always would go to the PX store, and I remember him picking me up. I want to say it was the tan. It was like the yellowish tan Duke versus the black and red Cobra Commander from the G.I. Joe versus Cobra thing there. That set. Yep. That was my first one, I think.
Okay, that's the one that had the football helmet, right? Pulled down tight, and he's kind of a blocky figure. Yeah. I remember those figures very well. Oh yeah. They repainted the heck out of all those figures, but
yeah, right.
I mean, I enjoyed them. They were fun, and I think that while they don't have the, in my Gen X opinion, they don't have the appeal the original O-rings do, but they did have working holsters, and only one original Joe or vintage 80s Joe, my namesake, is the only one that I'm aware of that can do that. So very cool. So you've got that. So did that light the fire, or what happened after that in regards to G.I. Joe?
Yeah, so like I said, my dad was in the military at that point, so that helped a little bit, just to be like, I can play with the military stuff and make pictures and all that good stuff. And obviously, Dad, I don't know if I said it before, but Dad was in the Navy, so
right.
It follows that shipwreck is like, you get wetsuit and you got a torpedo, but shipwreck is like the Navy guy for me.
Right. Yeah.
He has the Cracker Jack, and he looks like a Navy dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was always my favorite. So
Oh,
yeah.
awesome. So did you watch any of the media, any of the movies? Because I know they packaged that DVD with like everything you could find back then, or at least soon after they started to anyway.
Yeah. I discovered the cartoon probably when I was 10 or 11 ish when they were doing reruns of it on what was it?
They had their own network or something at the time, didn't they?
It wasn't even Hub. It was way before that. It was
Oh, okay.
was it the G4 channel, something like that?
Mm,
Where there was like the Saturday morning cartoon block or something for the
okay.
G4 channel. They had like some like weird kaiju wrestling show on Sunday mornings, and I wouldn't care about that at all. I'm like, skip that crap and get the GI Joe already, will you?
All
And
right.
obviously, as I got older, I found more of it online, and a couple of the Spy Troops era stuff came with DVDs that had a
Mhm.
couple episodes on them each, and I had a couple of those, and I put it in my CD-ROM, and and watch the heck out of those all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to catch on to the kids, and I guess it's worked. Look,
Oh yeah,
you're a living proof that sort of that sort of tactic works.
oh yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that you kind of had an on again, off again. So how long did GI Joe last? This initial run?
Yeah, like I said, it lasted probably until about Valor versus Venom, and then after that, somewhere around Valor versus Venom, I kind of just dropped off of it
Okay.
and went to 6-inch Marvel Legends, and
Oh
that
yeah.
was my jam for a long time there. And then GI Joe honestly dropped off a little bit too, I think, after that, and then
Yeah.
it popped
Yeah.
back up commercially with I guess the movies.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
neither of
Those
which
movie
I
toys.
really like, but
Yeah. 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 Some of
but
those
yeah,
movie toys were pretty cool, but
yeah, the toys are pretty cool, but the movies are all right.
yeah. Yeah. They're. I.
Take GI Joe off the name. It's honestly just a good, just generic action movie, whatever.
Yeah.
But put GI
Yeah.
Joe on it, it's like, all right, listen, guys, stop. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah. The best part for me is, again, I'm speaking as a Gen Xer. I can recall Wayne's World when they're
yeah,
in the diner and he pulls back. Was it a door? And there's training going on back there. They literally just filmed that and made that into a movie, and that's what GI Joe was. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to burden many coworkers at Toys R Us. Anyone that would look at me with rants about that movie. When they would ask, because they knew that I was into all that stuff, and they go, "Oh, have you seen G.I. Joe the movie?" They can't even get his rank changes throughout the movie. The scars like this, and this, and this, and this, and and then they would just, "I'm sorry I asked." Yeah,
I'm like, oh, all right, well,
yeah, yeah.
big freaking
Note to
nerd.
self: never talk to him again. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Oh, I made that mistake once.
he's gonna load that truck by himself. Um, all right, very cool. So then you got into Marvel Legends. So what Marvel property is who are you who's marvelous for you?
Oh, it's
That's a
Captain
weird.
America all day.
Oh yeah, yeah. Captain America is cool.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
Honestly, I don't have a figure of him at the moment, but
Yeah, they've only made 1,000. You
yeah,
know.
right. Yeah,
Um. That's my problem with Marvel Legends is there. Whenever I think there's the definitive one, there's
right,
usually something off. Whether he's, and I don't mean specifically Captain America, but any character. It's
right.
either not the right scale, or the arm doesn't work right, or something is always off, and then I've always got to look for the next one. So it's you want to talk about going on and off again with properties. It's me and Marvel Legends. Like I just can't. You almost have to just grab them all and then assemble your favorite version out of all the pieces. Is really,
Yeah.
like I like Gambit,
Oh,
and
nice. Yeah.
I did find a Gambit, but I had to take the head off of one, stick it on another body, and then I bought I took the coat off and put a cloth coat on it, and I'm happy with that Gambit. I don't need another one now. But if I bought any of the other ones, I'd have to continually upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Same with Wolverine. Like the we're going way hard in X-Men here, and I don't really mean to, but
That's
the
good.
X-Men 97 Wolverine is awesome.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not spending that kind of price to find that figure. So yeah, it's just too much. And then another so the movie figures. Like I was collecting I was like, okay, I'm only doing Marvel Legends movie figures.
Same. Yeah.
And then I'd line them up, and it's like, I don't understand the scale here. Like, because, they were kind of short in the beginning, and then, and I don't know if Thor's, well, even,
Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, but his sister,
Yeah.
the villain. With the antlers, right?
Yeah, Hela. Yes.
She's really tall.
Yes.
Like, is she supposed to? So that really just, I couldn't even figure it out anymore. I sold them all. It's like I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So at some point, I just got Revolve and sold them to a dude locally here, and all right.
Yeah. So So Marvel Legends. So then, so we must be getting close to the time the modern era of 4-inch figures have come out. We're around there. So, what's your take on those? I started with those, and it didn't take long for me to not get out of them, but there was just a lot, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have the same charm for me. What do you think? What is your take on those?
Yeah, I come from a bit different perspective than you as a Gen Xer.
Sure.
As far as the nostalgia value goes, that was what 2010, 2011, 2012. Is that when it was?
Somewhere around there. Yeah, maybe 8, but
so
something like that.
I was either graduating high school or I was just fresh out of high school looking for a job. So one, I didn't have much money at that point, anyways,
right,
to buy the figures. But yeah, I mean, I appreciated nothing else since my whole context was the cartoon at that point for G.I. Joe. It wasn't in the comics at all. But I appreciated the fresh takes on the characters, the different looks for things, and as I got older, I discovered the little tidbits of trivia behind like a lot of the jungle battle figures were based off of we're supposed to look like Predator characters,
Oh yeah,
especially like Shadow Tracker, obviously, all that stuff. So that was fun. But yeah, I didn't mind them. But again, it just 4-inch just is not my scale. It's
right,
not.
right. Yeah, and that's I think that's a generational thing, right? So you were, they make the big figures so that little kids can put it in their hands and feel like they've got a big something, where in my day it was, we shrunk it down so little kids can hold it in their hands, and then and it's just kind of flip-flopped. Well, let me ask you this: as a youngster, how aware were you that did your dad? Well, he would have probably played with 12-inch figures if at the most, right?
Yeah, he was an adventure team man back in the day for a little bit there. So he had a couple of them along the Kung Fu group and Life Like Air.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, super creepy beard.
And I was like, oh no, that's not how beard looks.
yeah. Were you aware of the original the 3 and 3/4? Were you aware of those from the 80s? Had you had any knowledge of that? Did any of that as a youngster?
If I did, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, those were a thing. Anyways.
Yeah.
Back to my new toys.
Yeah, right. What is this old looking piece of junk at a garage sale?
Chuckles is Vincent. That guy named Chuckles, boy, he's seen some stuff.
Yeah. Someone melted his nose off. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. He's been under duress.
Yes.
All right. Then what other properties do you dabble in as far as collecting these days? I noticed some Warhammer figures sneak into your toy photography.
Oh yeah, I was over at my buddy's house locally here the other day, and he's got himself into the Joy Toy Warhammer 40K figures there. With they're really, he's showing some of them. I'm like, boy, that's a pricey figures for what they are.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
So I was like, boy, I'm glad I'm not going to even tint through that rabbit hole. But they photograph very well.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, my son loves the miniatures. He's loves the painting them and assembling them
Yeah,
and all
I
that.
tried
And
watching a video he sent me of like the 40K lore, and I got like 5 minutes in. And I'm like, I can't.
oh yeah, yeah,
I'm already out.
yeah. No, it's even better when you got a 16-year-old that does that against your will.
Oof. Yeah. Like, oh, the Marine. I like the Green Marine because he's green.
Yeah. Oh no, I get. Let me tell you about the Skaven. I'm like, oh no, no, I don't.
The what?
Yeah, yeah. He likes the. He doesn't like the knights and the what are
Oh,
the
he likes the creepy,
he's
nasty alien
into
dudes.
those, yeah, the weird of it all. And yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it is cool, and I would love to sit and paint those things all day long, but
Sure.
I barely have, as an adult, I barely have time to do the you know
Yeah,
the
that's the
stuff
other
I
thing.
love. So
I've dabbled in a lot of different things past few years, just trying to see, just feeling it out if I like it enough to continue in it. Most of them like, nah, I'm good. Like model painting, just not for me. Model kit things just aren't for me. Just
right, yeah,
like I did Black Series for a bit, and then that kind of drifted off because I'm like, Black Series is kind of going downhill. And now that I've been married for a few years, my wife's just started last year collecting her Black Series stuff, and she's got a good chunk of them now and on the shelf. And
nice.
yeah, we're about ready to upgrade her shelf to a full bookshelf too.
All right, all
She's like
right.
catching up with you now.
So is she an opener or is she a
Oh
inbox?
yeah. Neither of us are inbox people. We're just like they're toys. They're meant to be posed.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not, they're not gonna, unless they're just like this very specific one-off, super duper extravagant, exclusive duper thing.
yeah.
We're not gonna. They're not gonna be worth anything here. Next decade or so.
Right,
They're
right.
gonna be
Yeah,
sitting where they are now in current collectible shops.
yeah. They're making so many of these things now that
Just
it's
take them out and enjoy them. They're
yeah,
not a retirement plan.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
give them to
That's
your
right.
kids.
That's right. But yeah, Series is another one, the Star Wars figures, where you would get, okay, this is my Luke in Bespin fatigues,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go, oh wait, then they made this one that comes with Yoda. Well, that face is a lot better, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
never ending, like constant
Oh, Black
upgrading.
Series
And
is worse about than Marvel Legends is. Oh.
yeah, yeah, I just can't. And then there's the whole negativity that comes with being a Star Wars fan.
Oh yeah.
I don't experience it myself, but like some of the last movies have kind of uh,
been divisive.
they weren't what I would have done. We'll just say it that way. I
Yeah,
don't
just to be
hate
nice about it.
them, but I don't need to watch them again, and it's not what I would have done. It wasn't hashtag not my Luke Skywalker, but
Yeah, Jake Skywalker, whatever you want to
you
say.
know,
Yeah.
someone somewhere put it to me, and it did make me think maybe I've been looking at this all wrong. That Luke was never uh, a badass. He got himself handed to him time and time again. And then I'm like, oh wait, you might be onto something here. It's my fault that I look at Star Wars the way I do.
I mean, I guess maybe in the movie, if you just watch the movies, I suppose you take
But
that.
yeah,
But
that's right. That's right. There's so much lore that
there's all the
does
EU stuff
the
you got.
novels and the
Yeah.
comics and things like that. But when they go, no, that didn't exist, and you're like, oh, but I still
Yeah, it's
remember.
like, that's not canon anymore until we say it is for our convenience.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Disney.
Until we can get the properties to make money off it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, so how did toy photography come along? And I'll load here some of your pictures. But yeah. So what made you go? Hey, I want to put some. I want to take a picture of this. How did that start for you?
I've always loved being like creative and coming up with stories in my head where I I play with my toys out in the front yard or the backyard, and I would, I'd find sticks in the backyard and make forts and stuff, and I'd always have these, Cobra's at it again, and G.I. Joe's gonna stop him, and everything else, and just, interesting to you as an adult here, just with now money and means to actually kind of formulate and visualize my imagination in my stories. Just it kind of just, like I just started out just like I'm just gonna try this, and see if I can get halfway decent at it, and here we are, a little over a year later.
Yeah.
Just I meant to honestly send you the very first one I posted on Instagram because it's kind of funny just looking at what I did to where I am now with my how I take pictures and stuff. It's kind of cool seeing that
We can
journey
add
and
that. We
everything.
can add that in.
Oh, it
I'll
would
do a little montage of photos at the end, you can send it
okay.
to me after we're done here, and I'll put it in the beginning.
All right, sounds good.
But
It's
yeah,
really
I
good
was
photos.
doing that actually. I was scrolling through and looking, because you can usually see a point where things start to click.
Yeah,
Like, at first it'll be some things people, not you specifically, but sometimes you'll see people messing around on a desk or a table, and you'll see like a plant in the back or something, and
yeah,
then you'll see the evolution, and it's really cool to see how they're like, okay, and what happens if I get this and I put this background piece in, and then eventually you get, I'm going to light a firecracker right in front of my face, and that's going to be a great shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool to see the progression, how it works for people.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I said I shout out to Toy Picks there on Instagram and Patreon. He helped kind of let the fire a bit with his Patreon there. He offers a bunch of free backgrounds that he, again, I'm sure this is going to be controversial, but he uses an AI generator to make just generic backgrounds that you can throw in your photography,
right.
whatever else. And to a point, that's what I use for a lot of my things too. I'm sure some people are not going to like that, but for me personally, I get the argument, but also for the stuff I'm generating, it's just like inside a room or
Right.
outside in the forest. Like it's not. I really don't think it's someone's specific art they're stealing in that
Right.
sense.
Right.
Because I agree that's bad, that's wrong to steal someone's art. But
Yeah.
like,
From my opinion, it comes down to if you're taking someone's job away, if you're taking, this is what you're doing for fun. I don't think there's
yeah,
anything wrong with this. You wouldn't have hired a graphic artist to do this for you. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with how you're using it. So, I think you can rest easy.
yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know
Not that you
some
needed my
people.
approval or anything like that, but
No, I just know some
I
people, especially in Joe groups on Facebook. Boy, they get uppity about
yeah,
the AI
yeah.
usage. It's like, all right, guys.
So yeah, Facebook is a real. So I get nothing but uh quote vet pics of I had one wish, or it's my birthday today, but they're clearly not real people.
Yeah.
This guy's got 10 fingers on one hand holding the sign. This is not real. But then
Those are
if
the
you go
funny
in
ones,
there,
though.
all the senior citizens are all like, "Oh, thank you for your service," and happy. Look, celebrate the real vets, someone who really served, whether in combat or not. Celebrate them. Don't celebrate this made-up picture. I'm sorry you can't tell the difference, but you know, the the flags like inverted, on
Yeah.
their uniform, and like there's just garbage here, and the names not even real characters, and you're like, okay, you can tell this is not the uniform. Looks like something from the 40s. Like, come on, this is not a real picture. Sorry, that's my
Their heart's
rant.
in the right place.
But now,
It's
yeah,
okay.
well, I don't know. See, I don't know what the end goal is for people who come up with this stuff.
Just
That
to be
post
trolls,
these.
honestly.
Yeah,
Because they're trolls because they know people like the people you're describing are going to be that way about it. And they're like, oh, look how dumb they are.
Yeah, or is it do you get paid for clicks? Like that's all I
I'm
can
sure it's that
figure is that
too. Lots of
I
bots.
I just can't figure it out. But um,
Yeah.
it
Anyways.
my feed is flooded with it now because I respond to every one of them with "It's AI, you morons." But I think I'm part of the problem now. I guess the problem is me.
hmm
Yeah,
You're giving that like extra click,
yeah,
man.
I'm clicking it. Yeah, that's stop clicking it,
You're
dummy.
doing their bidding.
Yes. Get back to work.
Work.
Yeah. So okay, so we got Tunnel Rat here chilling out. Is he playing his Switch? Is that what he's got going on there?
Yeah, I got him holding the little, I guess, not Nintendo Switch from the Super Action stuff set.
Oh, right, right.
I think it's the arcade. Yeah, I love his stuff, by the way. Oh my goodness, I'm probably gonna have a
Yeah.
lot of shout outs in this video. Yeah, I love his stuff. I don't have everything. I need to get on it and buy some of that the tactical wall things he put out a while back here.
Mm,
Get some of those. Those are pretty fun. Yeah, I
yeah.
have his foodie stuff. I have the casket of cruelty. I need to use that more too, but I don't think about it honestly half the time. And I have
Yeah.
the one arcade, and I'm really excited for some stuff he's gonna put out. Like I think he's gonna put out like a sci-fi weapon effect thing, and
Oh,
he's
cool.
got like a magic effect thing coming. I think too. He's teased that.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got a good bunch of stuff are coming out at some point in the near future.
I
But
like
yeah,
to
he's
hit up
just
I
go
like to hit
ahead.
up pet sections like aquarium displays and things like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, if you've seen anything leafy in any of my pictures, it's probably something that was supposed to go in an aquarium.
Yeah, I've heard people doing that too. I've looked at toy sections stuff like that, and it's like, for the what I do, it just doesn't work from what I do, and that's fine.
Yeah, I found this cool bonsai looking tree
Oh, nice.
with a rock building at the bottom of it. That's from Walmart's pet section. Um, at least the miserable one we have here. But yeah, there's they're not all gonna work. I haven't found a way for the giant diving helmets to work yet, but maybe.
Yeah, we'll figure it
Or the
out.
SpongeBob. If I was more into SpongeBob photos, I suppose I'd be really good.
Yeah, you can probably make the diving thing work with like a perspective of some kind.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, get the helmet up close and then have an eel in the background ready to stab him or something.
Yeah, something like that probably.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, viewers. There's your challenge. Make that work. All right. So what do we got next here? We got. Oh yeah, this I like this one. You had this one called Shake and Bake.
Yeah,
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 I really
yeah.
enjoy
But this
that.
is like right after I got the vamp in hand, and it honestly just made sense. I have clutch and breaker. We're like, go shake and bake. Like making progress here. This is honestly one of the ones that actually popped off for me on my account, and I know there's Instagram stuff you can read and everything else, but man, I have no idea how Instagram works as far as like getting
What do
people
you
to
mean?
see your stuff. I just know
Right.
some things pop up and some things don't, and it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. What? And you try to recreate it. Yeah. Right. I had. There's so many of these things that I think my first one of my first TikTok reels went crazy, and then the next one I put out will get like 15 people to look at it. And then
Yeah,
Instagram's the same way. I'll get one I'm like, oh my gosh, so many people, and then the next one's like, what? eh, eh, What's wrong? Is it me? Do you not like me?
yeah, right. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
am I just bad at it now?
yeah.
Like, don't
Yeah,
get in that head frame. Just do it because it's fun.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, you can't do it for clicks, or your art will suffer
Gonna
for
be
sure.
miserable.
Yeah, and you'll be miserable. More importantly. Yeah, yeah. I really like that. I think that's cool.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And then yeah, we got the Ali
Yeah, that one. That one.
recreation.
That was when I got Big Bo and that whole wave in. I was like, oh, I had to try this one. I have to try to see if it works a little bit. And yeah, it doesn't work 100% here, but for the most part, it does. I'm still the photo apps I use. I still can't quite get like because I just use my phone for everything,
Okay.
so I can't quite get shadowing 100% correct. But I do enough on here to where you can get it for the most part. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We
I
get what
really
you're
like
going
this
for.
one. Just
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what's next.
oh yeah,
Yeah, then we've got the Night Force.
oh yeah, this one was a fun one because this was like in the middle of that. This is where I attempted to do like a long form story
Hmm.
in sequential posts and stuff, and I think for the
Right.
most part it worked out. But there's also I just kind of like did it day by day. I'm like, okay, do this next. I didn't actually write anything out or have a storyboard for anything. I was like, do this. And if you see in the background there the world map and everything,
Yeah.
I literally like zoomed in that the background picture, and I researched like where each like important city or like world capital is. That's where
Okay.
I put the that's where I put the little red dots at.
No, that's
that,
awesome.
that was so painstaking to like
Oh yeah, I imagine. Yeah,
copy paste, copy paste, copy
yeah.
paste, and just move
And
them
you're doing
all.
it all on your phone.
Oh yeah, it
Oh
was
yeah,
there's little red dots. I'm like, oh gosh, okay. But I think it turned out pretty good.
yeah. Oh man, for that, yeah, for sure. So I noticed you give Tunnel Rat that weapon. What kind of weapon is that? And not, as
Uh
far as like company, you don't have to tell me like
oh,
MP5 or
it's
whatever. It's
no, it's Hasbro. It's from so some of the earlier weapons. So like first year I started collecting. So back up a little bit. Right when Classified first came out in 2020,
mhm.
I got the first wave. But then that was the wave where it was like it was kind of tied to the video game still.
Right.
And I just was, I just wasn't feeling it. So I sold them all off and just kind of wrote off. I'm like, well, that's for somebody else. It's not for me. It's cool, but it's not for me. This is not for me.
Right.
And then at that point too, I was still deep into Mezco toys, which I'm sure you know about them. And boy, they're
Yep.
expensive.
Oh yeah.
And then once Classified kind of hit their niche here with doing more real American Hero homages to their figures, that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna jump back in here. And so spring of 2022, me and my buddy went up to this place called the Toy Department in Ohio, in Springfield, Ohio.
Mhm.
Bit of a drive for you, I presume, but
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah, I just took all of my Mezcos up there that I couldn't sell in the groups. I just took it all up there, and I was like, all right, here's all my Mezco stuff. What can I get for it? And I'm going to start my classified collection, and I took off from there. And then a few months later, we were at his house, and he's big into Gundams, and he does like paint markers and stuff like that. So I took some of his paint markers, and I was doing blue highlight stuff for GI Joe and the weapons, and red highlight stuff for the Cobra stuff.
Okay.
That might not look familiar, but yeah, that gun specifically is from the first Snake Eyes and Timber set. It like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
I know which
set
one it
has
is
some of
now.
the best guns they've made, and I don't know why they haven't put those guns out again.
Yeah.
It has two of the best guns they've made in
Yeah.
the whole line.
Yeah.
Long story
No,
short,
they'd rather just give Alley Viper weapons to everybody. Everybody
ugh,
gets Alley Viper weapons.
yeah, including Alpine. Ugh, like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you've got Wolf Spider there. We've got an episode coming out on our other series, Faster Profiles, uh, before too long. And I just don't understand his gear either. Like, I get the shotgun. Of course, it's not a great shotgun, but the radio pack, he's dropping down to grab someone and come. Why does he need the whole?
See, I completely disagree with you on the shotgun thing.
Really?
He's a Night Force dude. He's like search and rescue, basically, from what I understand. Why would he need a loud shotgun?
Well, that's
Shouldn't
true.
he need like
It
shouldn't
would
he
be
need
mission specific, but if it, so, you know, we kid that our plastic profiles is the show that sweats the small stuff.
yeah,
As I was researching him because he's Coast Guard,
yeah,
they and I've totally lost the 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 job title that he was, but there's one that delves more into swimming
yeah.
and grabbing, and that's what they said he was. And then
Oh,
there's
okay.
another one that's more tactical, and they do use shotguns, but they use a lot of other weapons as well. So it would depend on the mission. But as far as giving him a shotgun, I don't completely disagree with you. I think he should have something more
Bit
like
more
what Tunnel
silent.
Rat has there,
Yeah,
or
a bit more
something even
smaller,
smaller, maybe.
bit more subdued.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Um,
obviously, at the end of the day, that's just a clear case of they just wanted to reuse some weapons.
Oh yeah, we have these available. Let's just give them to this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
yeah. I don't get as mad as some people do about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no,
But I
I
get
don't.
it.
It doesn't. I don't honestly get upset about it. I just like to point it out,
Yeah,
and maybe that's a little
I've
hypocritical. I
got
don't know,
two
but
big bags of their weapons anyways. I can just swap them out whenever I need to. So
yeah. Well, that brings me to another question here in a second. But they might have just been so simple as, hey, he's got rope on that backpack.
yeah,
Let's give him some rope so that he's got extra rope. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it might have just been even that simple. But so a question that I like to ask, or that I'm beginning to ask a lot, is what do you do with your accessories? How do you store your extra accessories?
So typically, I'll just unless I'm using them for a specific shot, I'll just pose them with the primary weapon and then just kind of put it on a shelf in a vanilla pose. But here increasingly, since I've been swapping them out so much, I'll just keep them all the stuff in the bag, separate baggies and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah, baggies.
and then just
Yeah,
kind of like stick them on a shelf, and I'll pull them out when I need to, and pull out weapons when I need to. So yeah, it's all mostly in baggies now, and especially
yeah.
now that I'm doing the bar and stuff, and just obviously you don't bring a lot of weapons like that to bars to the bar.
No. But we're getting to the bar stuff here before too long.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'm doing, and I don't have it handy. Oh yeah, I do. There, I'm stuck. And I don't. It's not going to work for everybody because it does take up space.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael's, as of right now anyway, has a sale on these. But they come in these little compartments, and then you get a box that holds them all. And so my idea, and I don't know, I make a lot of my ideas. I'll hit to a certain point and go, I can't. This is ridiculous, and then I have to backtrack. But right now, have a compartment per character, and so I can keep all their gear. All the different Duke's gear is in one spot. All the different.
You are more organized than I
like
am,
Zartan's. I got all his backpacks and all his masks, and I don't know how well it's going to work. I may need 18 cases before it's too long. But my other thing was I had little storage drawers, and it was just like one for all the knives and one for all the guns and one for, and I just can't find anything. So I'm going to try this and see how these they're photograph storage kits or something like that, storage boxes. I want to see how that works, but I don't put the figures in them. That's a whole separate problem if you don't have shelf space. But anyways, let's get back into your photos because we'll be here for 4 hours if we go off into every little thread that comes in my head. So Shooter, I like Shooter a lot. She's in there. Are you getting the 60th anniversary sniper?
I literally just got them a couple hours ago. They are both posed on my shelf right now.
So have you put that head on that body yet? Because that's the first thing I'm going to do is put that head right on that.
I haven't tried it out yet.
No.
I did try to ask Tony about it on Instagram about it. He said he'd get back with me on it, but I think he said most likely not because there were
different eras,
a little bit different time of eras and stuff of the manufacturing and such. So, but yeah, he never got fully back with me on it for confirmation. But yeah, I'm going to just assume no.
Yeah. Just need a little putty or something to jam on there.
Yeah, it probably would be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, let's see what we got next year.
Yes. Yeah, this.
The Snow Serpent Slushy.
Yes. And this is a weird talking about my collaborations with Joes.Oscar.Mike here.
Right.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Obviously. And so this concept of the Snow Serpent Slushy just kind of came about on just on a whim. When he was early on getting a snake pit thing going for his page there. He was like, all right, all my followers, what kind of drinks can y'all come up with? And I'll list it out here and I'll put it in the bar menu, whatever. And I was like, all right, come on, you gotta think of something clever here. And it just popped in my head. Snow Serpent Sloshy. I was like, it's not slushy, it's a sloshy because you get sloshed.
Right.
And it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
And then just the juxtaposition of a snow serpent with the lay and crooked glasses on him, having a good time on the beach there. It's just really funny.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. Like, okay, he's in his full gear, snow gear. Of course, he's gonna drink something cold. He is hot.
He's so sloshy in the wrong.
That's right. He reported to the wrong duty station.
But half a dozen more of those for his bar. I think he even talked about the napalm or nachos in his interview the other day.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've done Royal Flush was a copperhead thing for him. I've done one for Baroness Kiss, the poster at least, and then a couple other smaller things like food things, and then.
And we can find those on your Instagram.
Yeah, I can find them on mine and his. I put him as a collaborator on it because he made the drink and just made the poster.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where that kind of stuff started.
Very cool. Yeah, this was a cool picture. The very John Wick feels here with the rain and the city background.
Yeah, they just had
This was
this
go ahead,
idea in my
sorry.
head. It's just like this kind of group of elite troopers just in the rain. Because
Mm,
Toy Pix had just put out this background of like it's a back alley city street at night. Just kind of dark and gritty. I'm like, okay, I can work with this thing.
right.
So I was like, oh, this is just like this fed up elite Cobra trooper here. I'm gonna find my dude whether he likes it or not, kind of thing. And funny thing enough, the all three figures that in this photo, it's the same figure.
Ah,
I literally just did different poses and just took
yeah.
pictures and cropped it out.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's a money saving technique right there because I don't need three vamps. I'll just put the same vamp in the picture three different times.
Like yeah, I mean uh,
Excuse me.
most photo apps, if they're decent enough, they do a decent job of cropping everything out correctly.
Yeah,
So no
yeah.
one would know me the wiser.
What apps do you use if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. So I use primarily Snapseed and
Oh, yep,
PixArt.
yep. I love Snapseed. Yep.
Um,
I haven't used PixArt.
yeah, I,
I
I pay a
use
monthly subscription for PixArt, so that way I can use the background remover tool.
yeah, I use Photo Room. Uh, I
Okay.
believe that's what I use for
Yeah.
that.
And I've
Let's see,
I've
yeah, Photo
tried
Room. Yeah.
I tried dabbling in the Photoshop, the Adobe Illustrator, not Illustrator, but but I can't remember what it's called now, but the little Adobe app version.
Hmm.
But it's a bit more convoluted than what I'm going to do with just for my photos. So, I
Yeah.
stick to the two I have, and then occasionally I'll also use Canva, and that's where I do to get all the graphics for the posters and stuff I've done, and the
Right. Right.
here recently. I don't think I actually included anything, but like the beer labels and stuff that I've made for my tiki bar. I use that for come up with all them cool ideas. So
Well, this picture is a winner for sure. I like the vibe. I like the rain.
thank you.
Is that a little steam coming off of them? Is that
Yeah, yeah. The
yeah,
the
yeah,
Pixar has like little. They call them stickers, and I'm like, I guess it's a sticker. I don't know, but like you can like do little different search terms, and I'll typically just use smoke, fog, dust, dirt, grime, just something like that, just to kind of add a little layer of depth to the picture, just to
nice.
give a little more, a little flair.
All right. Very cool. All right, let's see what's next. Ah, the Dreadnought family reunion.
Oh yes, this one. Yeah, this is on that Fortnite boat that was at. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
right.
if
Oh,
you got
yeah.
Ollie's out there, but in Washington State. But yeah, it
No, we
was
don't.
bummer. Yeah,
Yeah,
there was all
yeah.
over Ollie's here in Kentucky and elsewhere. So I picked the one there for like $15, and sorry to cough. But yeah, I once I got Naga hide in, I was like, I'm gonna try to see if I can fit them all on this boat here. And I was like, yes, they'll just barely fit.
Yeah, that's a good shot. That is a really good shot. The most impressive being that you got Buzzer's glasses to stay on.
Oh boy. Don't get me started on Buzzer's glasses. He just glue
Yeah.
them on.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
He just glue them on there. And I was scared because I took that up my back deck, and like my back deck has some wood slats and stuff, and their slats they're just wide enough for something like those glasses to fall through.
Yeah,
So I was like,
that's where the toy
no,
monsters live.
no,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
stay
yeah,
on.
yeah. That's a great shot. I
Oh,
like that
thanks.
one. Ah, yeah, yeah.
This one,
Was
yeah,
it uh, Death Comes Creeping or something like that? Death
something like that. Yeah, I
Creeping
can't
from
remember what I
above.
called it, but yeah, yeah. So for this one, funny enough, I literally just posed them like that, but then I put them just flat on the ground, and then my camera was just over top of him for the
No,
for the
okay,
shot, and then
that's fun.
I did an AI prompt of like looking straight up at like a skyscraper building or whatever, just kind of thing. And it turned out pretty great, I thought.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, very cool. All right,
wow,
another one. So let me guess, is that the same vamp?
no, actually, this is a rare instance where I have two different vamps because
Oh,
this was my buddy's vamp.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, this was the same. This was the same point that where he took the pictures of the Warhammer figures. It was out in his backyard. He's out in the sticks. So I just uh, I I just got just the right angle, I suppose, to get the trees in the background to look, semi in scale. And
Yeah.
you can't really tell, but Shooter is actually right behind Breaker. I think you can barely make out her
Oh yeah,
speckle
I
right
guess
in the
I see
back.
something there. Yeah.
Yeah, she's back there too, and on patrol. They're just
Yeah, that terrain, I feel sorry for Breaker and Shooter's rear ends. That's a bumpy ride.
Yeah, they went and saw Doc
That's a cool
afterwards.
shot though. Cool shot. Have you ever run into any professional or real photographers while you're taking these pictures?
No, I honestly typically will do them at my work desk. Don't tell my boss, but but like occasionally I'll either do it in the backyard, or in rare and even rare occasions I'll go to either my buddy's house or something like that. I'll just go to a local park and just go there with the backpack full of figures.
where I live, I'm fortunate that I'm on an island, so I'm sort of surrounded by mountain and water. So there's a lot of
Yeah,
picturesque places. So if you look at my toy photography, a lot of it involves water and mountains and
yeah. I'm a little
whatnot. But
jealous of some of y'all like coastal collectors and photographers, because y'all can just go like out your back door and
yeah,
there's
just go to the
plenty of
park and
options.
yeah. There's a lot of infiltrating Cobra Island on my scene in my
Yeah,
page.
it's
But
kind of hard for me to use the diver or the eels.
yeah. The I remember one instance. I would go up to this park and it's a beautiful day and I'm going to where I know there's a lot of big rocks, so I was going to do some rocky stuff and I look over and there's a guy with a tripod and the whole setup and the whole gear and I pull out my box of toys and I'm posing and I've got my camera because I use my phone. I'm dabbling with the camera, but I'm using my phone
Yeah,
primarily and I'm looking over at him and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, we're doing the same thing.
yeah, right.
And I'm sure
We
he's
are the
like,
same.
he's looking at me like I'm the lowest piece of.
You're probably like, oh, this guy. All right.
Yeah. I'm a photographer too.
I'm like, oh.
All right. Oh, great picture.
Yeah. Oh
Ah,
yeah, this
yes.
one.
Night Force Staff Sergeant C. Nugs. Very
Yes,
cool.
yeah. So I don't know how you. I'm guessing you thought what's on your mind, obviously, and
I did the original community calendar song, the one that was "If there's a con or a toy show, what's on your mind?" That one before
oh, okay,
Absorb.
yeah,
Yeah, that was me.
that's cool. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's terrible, but I
Well, that's
appreciate that he ran with it for as long as he did. Shout out to What's on Joe Mind. Hi, Mike.
yeah,
And hey,
but
Absorb did our opening theme
yeah,
for this
yeah,
show.
yeah, makes some cool stuff.
Yes, he does.
But yeah. So the story behind this, I don't know if you were there in that live chat the one night. It was month or two before this year's Joe Fest.
Mm.
They were promoting Michael Kleppinger's, Cena 3D printed Cena figures and
Right.
whatnot.
Right.
And I just kind of made the joke in the chat about, oh, my favorite thing is Night Force, and you didn't list it, so that'd be cool if we made a Night Force one. And Michael Kleppinger just responded back, oh, I made a Night Force one. It's just nightmare fuel. And I was like, oh, I don't care about that. I'll take it if you want. How much do you want for it? He just said, you know what? I'll just give it to you if you're coming to Joe Fest. And I was like, all right, done.
Oh, that's cool.
So we met up right before the What's on Joe Mind panel. He's like, oh, here you go, man. Like, oh, thanks.
Well, that's very cool.
And it is nightmare fuel.
Yeah, he's something else. He's something else.
It's literally a one of a kind piece, though. So that's
That's
pretty
awesome. That is a piece of Joe history.
It is.
That no one will ever understand.
Yeah, no
one outside of G.I. Joe will ever understand. I should say that. See, there's a chicken nugget, and then
Yeah,
it's done.
He got a little too crispy.
Yeah. But he only hunts at night.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked. What's that?
You just see two orange beady eyes from the darkness,
Beady,
and that's all you'll
murderous
remember
eyes.
seeing.
Yeah, that's the last thing you'll see.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so we've talked about your tiki bar, the Driftwood Delights.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I just love this stuff. This is, we looked at Joes.Oscar.Mike's the snake pit. I'm getting strong. Uh, what's that? The Tom Cruise bartender movie vibe.
Oh,
But anyways, yeah, this is
yeah.
great stuff. This is great.
Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, it was just a funny conversation me and Joes.Oscar.Mike were having one time. It just was like, oh, it's really cool that you have your Cobra bar, and Lobo the Kid has his bar, and Ripper's Roadhouse has his bar, and he's got his drinks and stuff and everything else. And I just think it'd be cool at some point if you did if you're ever give the it's like a GI Joe theme bar, just to have some variety here. And I was kind of just going back and forth on what it would kind of look like and everything else. Like, oh, he just goes, okay, I'll make it. I'm like, oh, all right. we talked details and what exactly it would look like, and we talked, price and everything else. And he really worked with me on it until I was satisfied with it. He did an excellent job on the commission here for it. I really am appreciative of his hard work for it and what he did there for me. Uh, and then he just recently also sent me an outhouse.
Nice,
The,
nice.
you were gonna see the outhouse in this weekend's video, but just some personal matters came up, and so I'm just gonna not post for this weekend. So you'll see it the following weekend here shortly. But
That's pretty
but yeah,
good.
and then obviously all the drinks that are in these shots are the first week or two. I just played it off as Shipwreck and Chuckles kind of broke into the basement of the Snake Pit and stole a bunch of their drinks.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then once he was able to make some of the ones I was creating coming up with, we got our own. Again, that shot there, Tucker still has the sloshy drink there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got like I think 14 different custom GI Joe drinks now.
Oh wow.
He's working on like the next four for me. It's here I think, and yeah, yeah, that picture.
Yeah, wrecked
I
ship.
had
Very
to
good.
just whisper on that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wreck Ship Rum was like the first one, and technically it actually is a snake pit drink to begin with, because that
Okay.
before that was Driftwood Delights was ever even a thing. But then as we kind of talking about it more, I was like, oh, I'm gonna just make a label for it here, and he found a custom little bottle that worked out for it. So we got a little Wreck Ship Rum bottle here, which I've been told is not actually the correct bottle for rum, I think, but I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a whole.
I,
That's
I've
a.
Funnily enough, I personally just am not a huge alcohol drinker. I'm just not. But like so I've really like I've learned so much about alcohol and the different types of alcohol and alcohol by volume and what that what each kind of section of liqueurs and alcohols entails.
Excuse me.
So it's like, oh, okay, it's not just the menu you see at the restaurant. It's a whole lot more.
Yeah, you're in the business now, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got to know what a highball glass is and a lowball glass. I just yeah. I don't even know. I worked at a novelty gift shop for a while that things remembered, and they would sell these things, and I have no idea what any of that is. But yeah, pint glass. How
Yeah.
much does a pint glass hold? What do you think?
I
Pint?
don't know, a pint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2 pints. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh
love the
yeah.
sugar
So
skull here.
so this was just a little surprise gift that he threw in their box when he sent off the diorama to me. Because I heard something rolling around when I took it out of the box, and it dropped on the floor. I was like, "What is this little skull thing in here? Like a little Day of the Dead skull thing." I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, what's this thing?" He's like, "Oh, it's just this little something I threw in there for you. I thought it'd be fun." And so then I was just gonna just have this little bar decoration, but then I had the thought of all these Joes have helmets and stuff. I'm just gonna start putting the helmets and hats on them. Just so this is one of my favorite ones though. Just to it's just rock and roll's
Yeah,
helmet on there. Hang ten. It's just
yeah.
one of
That's
those
pretty
funny
cool.
like dark humor little photo kind of things. So
Yeah. I mean, look at the. I'm looking at the bar count, the bar top there. I mean, look, you could see the grains of wood. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he did. Like I said, he did a really great job. Yeah, I think he just got bought, this hobby wood, and then he
Yeah,
actually used like actual wood stain
yeah.
on it. So
He's a
yeah, it's
maniac.
great.
He is supremely talented.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but it looks great. What do I got here? Oh yeah, here's some
yeah.
drinks.
Here's all the drinks that were at the time. Yeah, before I made like four more here, like last week. So from left to right there, I got Death Charge, Shuriken Smash, Courtney's Pale Ale, Freedom Ring, and then Courtney's Brown Ale,
Oh,
Jungle
variety.
Fever. Got yeah, you got
Okay,
the Six
okay,
Shooter, and then the blue one is California Dreamin', and that last one there is Boot Camp Blues,
okay,
and then
okay.
obviously Wreck Ship Rum on that in there, and
Yeah.
then the next four I came up with, he think that he's working on now. I got Spectre, Dark Matter, Claw and Fang, and then what is the? Those are based off of different GI Joe sub teams, basically.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, Spectre is Night Force, Claw and Fang is Tiger Force, Skydiver is Sky Patrol, and then Dark Matter is Star Brigade.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a lot of fun just making those and nothing else.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I really like watching what you're doing over there on your Instagram page. It's it's cool to see the other places with the dark fights and the and the
Yeah,
gritty, and then you come here and it's Driftwood Delights, and it's fun and light, and like I said, I get very Tom Cruise. Is it Cocktail? I think, and he's tossing the bottles and they're
yeah.
pouring the drinks, and it's maybe I'm bringing that, maybe that's my own thing I'm bringing to the table, but I really enjoy what you're doing with this. This is pretty cool
Yeah,
stuff.
at some point I want to, branch out a bit and try to find, 3D printed food that I can put in there in little scenes, and like I said, like shaker balls and whatever else,
I
just to
know
kind of spice it up a bit.
Michael's, or is it Hobby Lobby? One of the two has a doll, um, like a 112 scale dollhouse
Hmm.
accessories, things like that.
Yeah,
I found a lot of bottles that way, and I think they have different types of food too. You might want to. I don't know. I don't know if they meet the quality of what you're doing, but
yeah, the guy made Driftwood Delights quality here, sir.
you got a brand to maintain, a
Can't just
status.
have any food.
Yeah, yeah. We're not doing that off-brand garbage. That's very cool. Well, thank you for coming on, RecShip85. You
Yeah.
can find him on Instagram at RecShip85. Is there anything you want to, any shout outs or anything we haven't covered? Would you like to say?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely shout out to Toy Picks and Joes.Oscar.Mike. They've both been two big helps to my Instagram page, like and both just helping me hone my photography skills and give me options to make photography skills with the Tiki Bar there. So big shout outs to both of them and their pages. If you haven't, go follow them for sure. And then yeah, just follow me, Retship85 on underscore 85 on Instagram there. Driftwood Delights will be posting on the weekends, Friday afternoon through Sunday afternoon. Other than that, just regular content Monday through Friday.
Awesome. And we'll put all that down in the description so anybody can go down there and find out where you're at. Um, so that about does it for us. Rec Ship had a blast. Thank you for coming
Yeah, man,
on.
this
It was
was
really
fun.
good meeting you and talking with you. I feel like I know a little bit about what's going on over there at Rec Ship 85,
And you're
and
still
that's what
talking
we
to me.
try to
That's
do.
a that's a miracle.
We try to technology is a wonderful thing. It's so easy to get lost in the feed, and you don't find out who's behind the name, who's behind the photos, and that's what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah,
And if you enjoyed our content, please be sure to like and subscribe. um, follow Recship on his Instagram, Recship85 on his Instagram. Check out Joes.Oscar.Mike, all that stuff. And until next time, I'm Agent Chuckles.
I'm
Yo, Joe, everybody.
Recship85.